You know that feeling, right? That moment of sheer panic when you're asked to speak off the cuff. We've all been there. A surprise question in a meeting, a sudden toast at dinner, and your mind just goes completely blank. But what if I told you there's a toolkit, a set of simple techniques that can help you handle any of those situations with total confidence? Well, today, we're going to break down a fantastic workshop from Stanford that gives you a practical method to do just that.
Okay, let's jump right in with a quick little brain teaser. Take a look at the sentence on your screen. It's super simple. All I want you to do is count how many times you see the letter F. Go ahead, I'll give you a few seconds. Okay, you got a number in your head? Ready? Let's see how you did.
The answer is 6. Now, if you only found 3, don't worry, you are in the vast majority most people do. What happens is our brains are so efficient, they just skip right over a simple little word like of. And that little brain trick, it's the perfect metaphor for what we're talking about today. When it comes to speaking on the spot, it's the small things we miss that can make a huge, huge difference.
Think about it. These spontaneous speaking moments happen way more often than big planned speeches. And for most of us, they're a lot scarier. This isn't about giving some big keynote you have months to prepare for. Nope, this is about the everyday stuff, handling a Q&A, giving feedback, or making a quick introduction without totally freezing up.
And look, if just thinking about this gets your heart racing a little, you are so not alone. Research shows that a whopping 85% of people get nervous about public speaking. And I love this. The instructor for this workshop jokes that the other 15%, they're probably just lying. So the goal isn't to get rid of the fear. The first step is just to manage it.
You just can't be an effective speaker if your anxiety has grabbed the steering wheel. The goal isn't to crush your nerves. A little bit of that energy can actually be useful. It's about getting them under control. So, how do we do that? Well, let's look at 3 really practical techniques.
First up, you just greet it. Seriously, instead of trying to fight that nervous feeling, you just acknowledge it. You say, "Oh, hey anxiety, I see ya." It sounds kind of silly, but just naming it stops it from spiraling out of control. Second is reframing it, and we're going to dig into that one in just a sec because it's a biggie. And third, you get present. You just focus on your breathing, on right now, instead of worrying about what might happen.
Okay, so let's talk about that reframing thing, because this is huge. When we think of speaking as a performance, that's where all the pressure comes from, right? We feel like there's one right way to do it, and we have to be perfect. But if you shift your mindset and see it as just a conversation, everything changes. The goal isn't perfection anymore, it's connection. It's a two-way street, not a final exam.
All right, so we've got our anxiety in check, we've shifted our mindset. Now for the really practical stuff. This is the core of the whole method. A simple 4-step framework you can use to structure your thoughts clearly and confidently anytime you're put on the spot.
Here they are, the 4 steps. Get out of your own way. See it as an opportunity, slow down and listen, and finally, use a structure. Let's walk through them one by one.
Step 1, get out of your own way. I know, it sounds simple, but this is maybe the hardest part. The main reason we freeze up is because we're trying so hard to be brilliant. The secret, which actually comes from improv comedy, is to just dare to be dull. Give yourself permission to not be perfect. And the funny thing is, when you take that pressure off, you free up all this mental energy, and you often end up being pretty great.
Step 2 is another mindset shift. Instead of seeing a surprise question as a threat, like, "Oh no, I have to defend myself," what if you saw it as an opportunity to help, to clarify, to connect with the other person? This is all about that famous improv rule, yes and. It's about being open and additive, not defensive and closed off.
Okay, step 3 is so important. Our instinct when we're on the spot is to immediately start talking, right? Just fill the silence. You have to fight that urge. There's a great saying, don't just do something, stand there. Take a breath, take a pause, actually listen to what's being asked. That little moment gives you time to understand the question and give a much better answer. And that brings us to step 4, which is the real game changer, structure. Now, that probably sounds like the exact opposite of being spontaneous, right? But stick with me. This is the secret sauce. And there's actual science here. Our brains process structured information about 40% more effectively. When you have a structure, you don't have to worry about how to say something. You can focus all your energy on what you want to say.
And the best part? You don't need some crazy, complicated system. You just need a simple mental model. Here are 2 super powerful ones. First, there's problem solution benefit, or if you're an optimist, opportunity solution benefit. Then there's my personal favorite. What? So what? Now what? You just state your point, explain why it matters, and say what to do next. Seriously, just pick one of these and practice it. It can be your go-to for almost anything.
So, if you remember only one thing from this entire explainer, let it be this next idea. It feels like a paradox, I know, but it is so powerful.
That's it. Structure sets you free. When you have a reliable structure in your back pocket, your brain doesn't have to work so hard. It doesn't have to juggle what to say and how to say it all at once. That frees you up to be present, to be authentic, and ironically, to be way more spontaneous in the moment. You're responding with intention, not just reacting out of panic. So, the next time you're put on the spot, in a meeting, at a dinner, wherever, remember this. It isn't a threat you have to survive. It's an opportunity to connect and contribute. You've got the tools now, a real blueprint for confidence. The only question left is, how are you going to respond?